Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Exposed Earnings. I'm your host, Jackie, and with me is the ever-brilliant Kira. Today, we're diving into the frothy world of beer with Anheuser-Busch InBev's first quarter 2024 earnings call.
That's right, Jackie. AB InBev, the world's largest brewer, has given us a lot to discuss today. They've shared some interesting insights into their performance and strategic priorities. Let's start with their operating performance, shall we?
Absolutely, Kira. So, AB InBev kicked off the year with some encouraging numbers. They reported broad-based top-line and bottom-line growth. What's fascinating is their mega brands led this growth with a 6.7% net revenue increase.
Indeed, Jackie. And for those who might be wondering, mega brands are those top brands in each market that drive the majority of their volume. AB InBev is focusing heavily on these brands, allocating more sales and marketing investments to accelerate their growth.
That's a smart move, especially in a competitive market. Now let's talk numbers. They've seen EBITDA increase by 5.4%, which aligns with their medium-term growth ambition. And here's a kicker. Their operational efficiencies drove a margin expansion of 90 basis points this quarter.
Margin expansion is always good news, Jackie. It means they're not just making more money, but they're also becoming more efficient at how they make that money. Another highlight from the call was their digital transformation. They mentioned a marketplace that continues to expand, delivering $465 million in gross merchandising value of non-ABI products, which is a 47% increase versus last year.
That's huge. It shows how they're not just about brewing beer, but also about brewing up new revenue streams. Now, let's not forget the geographical highlights. They've had some mixed results across different regions.
Right, Jackie. In the U.S., for instance, their revenues declined by high single digits, with STW volumes down by 10.1%. However, their above-core beer mega brands and spirit-based ready-to-drink portfolios continue to grow.
It's like a beer saga with ups and downs, but still some good news with brands like Michelob Ultra and Busch Light gaining momentum. And speaking of global, let's not overlook their performance in other parts of the world.
Absolutely, Jackie. In Mexico, they delivered mid-single-digit top and bottom-line growth with margin expansion. Brazil also showed strong performance with mid-single-digit top-line and double-digit bottom-line growth.
It seems like the AB InBev is really tapping into the global market effectively. They're using their scale and diverse geographic footprint to create value across the board.
And let's not forget their strategic pillars. They've outlined three main ones: leading and growing the category, digitizing and monetizing their ecosystem, and optimizing their business.
Each of these pillars supports their long-term strategy to not just lead the market, but transform it. By focusing on mega brands, digital transformation, and operational efficiencies, they're brewing up a strategy that could keep them on top.
Indeed, Jackie. And with that, we've covered some of the frothy details of AB InBev's first quarter earnings. It's clear they're not just surviving in this competitive market, but actually thriving by adapting and innovating.
Thanks for that deep dive, Kira, and thank you listeners for tuning in. We hope you found this episode enlightening. Now we are taking a short break to hear about Zeed. Stay tuned and keep those investments brewing.
You know what's crazy? There's finally an app that makes learning about and participating in the markets immersive, simple, and intelligent all at once. It's called Zeed. This platform combines snackable video lessons, embedded AI insights, and automated portfolio tracking capabilities. Trust me, you do not want to miss out.
And we're back. Now let's shift our focus to some of the strategic moves AB InBev is making. Kira, they mentioned something about their strategic pillars. Could you elaborate on that?
Certainly, Jackie. AB InBev has laid out three strategic pillars that guide their operations. The first one is about leading and growing the category. They aim to do this with a focused portfolio of mega brands, which are not just any brands, but the top brands in each market that drive the majority of their volume.
That sounds like a powerhouse strategy. It's like having a team of superheroes where each has a unique power to dominate the market.
Exactly, Jackie. And the second pillar is about digitizing and monetizing their ecosystem. They're expanding their digital platforms, which not only enhances customer engagement, but also opens up new revenue streams. For instance, their digital marketplace saw a significant increase in gross merchandising value, up 47% from last year.
Wow, that's like turning their digital platforms into virtual gold mines.
Indeed. And the third pillar focuses on optimizing their business. This involves improving operational efficiencies and sustainability practices. For example, they've made progress in reducing emissions and improving water efficiency, aligning with their 2025 sustainability goals.
Sustainability is definitely a buzzword these days. It's great to see big companies taking it seriously. Now, speaking of global operations, they had some interesting updates from different regions, right?
Yes, they did. For instance, in Europe, they reported high single-digit top-line growth and strong double-digit bottom-line growth. Their portfolio continues to premiumize, led by their mega brands, which delivered double-digit revenue growth.
Premiumize? That sounds fancy. So they're basically upgrading their beers to appeal to more upscale markets?
Precisely, Jackie. Premiumization is a trend where companies focus on higher quality products that can be sold at a higher margin. It's like turning regular beer into a craft beer experience.
Crafty indeed. And how about their performance in Asia?
In Asia, particularly in China, they faced some challenges with volume declines. However, their premium portfolio remained resilient, showing continued growth. This aligns with their strategy to focus on premium and super premium brands.
Tough market, but it sounds like they have a solid plan. Now, before we wrap up, let's touch on their financial health. They mentioned something about managing their debt portfolio, right?
Yes, they've been proactive in managing their debt. They issued longer-term bonds and used the proceeds to reduce near and medium-term maturities. This strategic move helps improve their debt maturity profile while maintaining a stable average gross debt coupon.
Sounds like they're not just brewing beer, but also brewing some smart financial strategies. It's been quite enlightening learning about AB InBev strategies and performance. Thanks for all the insights, Kira.
You're welcome, Jackie. It's always interesting to see how big companies navigate the complexities of the global market.
Absolutely. And thank you, listeners, for joining us on this deep dive into AB InBev's world. We hope you've gained some insights into how a global giant continues to innovate and lead in the market. Until next time, keep your investments brewing and your curiosity sparkling. This Earnings Call podcast is generated completely using artificial intelligence and does not constitute financial advice. You should always do your own research before making an investment decision. And, as with all investing, your capital will be at risk. The analysis and commentary related to companies' financial performance does not represent official views or guidance from Zeed, the producer of this podcast, nor the companies covered. For more information, visit Zeed.ai.